In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show with your host, Rusty Buckets. And Drew, you don't want to meet me in a dark alley again.
Probably because you'll trip over him. Welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show, brought to you by FanDuel as he kicks me off stage. We are presented by FanDuel proudly, and if you couldn't tell, best friends for over 10 years. Got to give my guy Drew Gann crap anytime he hops on stage. Drew, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm sad, Rusty.
Yeah.
Sad. It's a beautiful Friday. There's nothing wrong in the world at all. And I woke up thinking about dreaming about meeting Wayno tonight for the first time in real life. I get to touch an Aussie and watch the Grizzlies play.
Pause.
You heard it. And then only to be jump scared by TMZ.
Yeah.
And I'm really pissed at TMZ because they are a trusted, reliable news breaking source, and they just they tweeted something that is impossible to be correct.
Yeah,
that's that Chuck Norris died, which we all know is not possible. So shame on you, TMZ.
He's just gone upstairs to help God with the problem he can't solve. That's all.
I mean, that's it. Truly,
as
Jared sent in the group chat that Chuck Norris didn't die. He just gave life permission to continue without him is what it is. And a true American, apparently international hero, as Wayno is fond of Chuck Norris as well. We were reminiscing over some of the great movies he was in. You know, for me, I grew up watching Lone Wolf McQuade with my dad. He had this awesome big Dodge SUV, the Ram SUV that he was just running over people with. Obviously, Walker, Texas Ranger, one of the greatest television shows in the history of television. Sidekicks was my favorite movie growing up as a kid, where he was a karate master. He helped this kid, right? Helped this kid kind of come out of being bullied. I mean, Missing in Action, Delta Force, The Expendables, Top Dog, where he was the cop and he had the big shaggy dog that was with him. So many just iconic movies, Wayno. Did he mean as much to Australians as he did Americans, or just you?
Well, we had Texas Ranger on repeat, throughout the days, like that series. How many series is that? That was, felt like he had like 8
for years.
Seasons. Yeah, or something crazy. But for me, I got to say, Chuck Norris will always be remembered as the hairy-chested Colt, Colt being the name, in Way of the Dragon with Bruce Lee. And like, I think every young-blooded male goes through their karate stage as a kid. And for me, watching old school Bruce Lee flicks was all about that. And that match between him, Bruce Lee, and Chuck Norris as Colt was epic. And I was just like in awe of it. He had the hairiest chest I've ever seen on a man in my life. And I was like, that is a man's man.
Yeah. Well, it's what everybody strives to be, but few of us actually achieve a chest that hairy.
Yeah, 100%. Just sparse, but none of us can have the big sheet like Wolverine and Chuck Norris are the two that come to mind. Walker Texas Ranger first aired in April of 1993 and ran all the way till May of 2001. So
only
years.
7 years. 8 years.
8 years.
I feel like Chuck Norris's signature move is, we talk about guys like Van Damme doing the splits, but man, I tell you what, a Chuck Norris roundhouse kick, that's signature move right there.
For sure.
Yeah.
He Clarence Gilliard, who played his sidekick on Walker Texas Ranger. I'm blanking on his name. Come on. The guy who played football for the Cowboys. What was his
I don't remember his name.
James Trevette. He played James Trevette as his partner. Trevette he passed away in 2022. They just had to reunite the gang up in heaven. That's all that was. We're going to get some new episodes coming out, is what that means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Straight to CMT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever you watch your Top Walker Texas Ranger reruns.
Exactly. They're starting here. Edward, one Chuck Norris roundhouse kick has enough energy to start a universe, and that's what it was. He just roundhoused his way out of this universe into the next one. Godspeed and God bless to the Chuck Norris family. T's and P's to them. Sad day.
Chuck Norris cut knives with hot butter.
So many freaking good ones, man. So many good jokes.
He didn't do push-ups. He pushed the world down.
The world down. Yeah. Wayno Australian Ranger coming in 2027. I can get behind that.
Buddy, you better start doing some push-ups. And
I know, right?
Take us some testosterone. You got to get
start doing
the
some
hair game
downs. That's it. Start doing some earth downs.
What's my signature move? I need a signature move, guys.
It's a kangaroo kick. You just sit back and you kick both legs out.
It's the double front kick.
Double front kick.
Double root kick. I like it.
That's it. The root kick. That's it. So, guys, just know that if by the end of next week, if you notice the earth moving in a weird direction or you feel some like shakes, it's Wayno doing push-ups down under, getting ready for his debut as Wayno Australian Ranger.
I like it.
Yeah, RIP to Chuck Norris. But tonight, we do have a Memphis Grizzlies basketball game. Let's get that out of the way because we're all going to be in the building. Super excited to go and be there and be a part of it. Let Wayno experience the FedEx Forum yet again. Get to see basketball greats and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And the Memphis Grizzlies playing a home game without GG, without half the roster still. Wayno, what are you looking forward tonight as the Celtics come to Memphis? I'm pulling up FanDuel right now. The Grizzlies are a 15-point underdog at home, plus 810 on the money line. What are you looking for, Wayno, in the game tonight?
Well, I think one thing that you didn't state in the introduction to this game is the most important thing, is that it's wrestling night tonight.
That's the best part.
It's
absolutely
wrestling night tonight.
Do you have your luchador mask?
It's somewhere here. I think it's somewhere here.
We gotta find our lucha mask.
Absolutely. That's like the best giveaway until tonight with the Grizz sunglasses, the Macho Man sunglasses, that and the luchador masks. Let's go.
Randy Savage Grizz, Grizz visors today. So I
can't wait.
Speaking of RIP to the GOATs, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah.
Is Jake the Snake still alive? I love Jake the Snake. Is he still kicking?
I don't know.
I saw that documentary on him not long ago, and that was amazing.
Yes, he is 70 years old and still kicking, born in 1955.
That is 150 for wrestling years.
Truly. Out of the cocaine era of the 80s.
Kicking, I don't know.
Well, he's a lot like Ringo Starr, some of those guys, those rock stars, Keith Richards, they just pickled themselves. Instead of drinking them, like Keith Richards has pickled himself from the inside out with all the alcohol. Jake the Snake snorted so much cocaine, his brain is encased in a cocaine helmet. He ain't going nowhere.
If he quits the cocaine, he dies.
He dies.
Side note: if you can ever find it, nothing related really, but I hear there's a good bounty, a good reward for anyone who can locate a picture of Willie Nelson without his beard. I hear they don't exist. Have you ever seen Willie Nelson without a beard and mustache? No, because he came out like that.
What? A beard and a mustache? Are you
mustache? A mustache. You should have heard this man trying to pronounce Parmesan this morning at breakfast. It took me
Parmesan.
It's like took me 4 tries to figure out he was saying Parmesan and not like pardon me or Paramore or.
All right, say it again. Say it again.
What I said at breakfast was, and shout out to Sunrise Memphis, I think.
Sunrise Memphis.
Man, like I'm a pretty light eater for breakfast, I must admit. Usually I'm on like just a coffee and
welcome to the South.
I know, that's what I said.
We have platters for breakfast.
I've had the breakfast tacos.
Yeah, they're great.
My goodness, I am so full. I had a bit of extra avocado on there as well.
We come back, he leans back in the chair, got his just holding his belly like a maternity chute, just like
Oh man. And I said, oh look, they got a little bit of palmy on there. And meaning Parmesan.
And I'm like, pardon me, Bobby? Like, what are you, pharmacy?
Who's Bobby and why?
Do we need to go to a pharmacy? Like, what are you saying? It was cajita cheese, the cajita cheese they put on those tacos. If you hadn't had, shout out, no free shout out. If you hadn't had the breakfast tacos at Sunrise Memphis, like, what are you doing in life? Those are fantastic.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I had a Western omelet this morning. Great. 10 out of 10.
Back to the game. What am I looking forward to? I am looking forward to keeping my streak alive. Another Grizz win. Boston are going to operate. It's going to be surgery, I'm afraid. And we're going to really see who was I speaking to the other day? We're just going to see the gauge of like how far we actually are off being a real competitive team, I think. And,
get ready, buddy.
It's going to have to be quite a large scale.
I'm going to go ahead and say Wayno's going to 3 games. It's going to be Denver, Boston, and San Antonio. If we go 3-0, you're never leaving.
You're never leaving. We're just. I will call Lindsay myself, and I'm calling your wife myself. And be like, I'm sorry, he can never leave.
Miss Wayno, never again. Will you see?
Yeah, never.
What about you guys? What are you guys looking forward to the game?
Drew?
Not the game in the slightest. Hanging out with my friends. If I'm being honest, like, I'm interested. The game will be on, but like, what I'm looking forward to is holding hands with Wayno for like 3.5 quarters of basketball.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean,
really sweet.
Luke asked me if I'd kiss Wayno on the mouth this morning. I said no, and he said, "I'm saving that for me then when I get there on Saturday." I said, "You go right ahead, big fella."
Nothing would surprise me less than
I don't know
because I've never met Luke Hatmaker in person either.
Oh man,
and it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if he was a French about his greetings.
A French.
Yeah, he's very European with the greetings.
Yeah.
How competitive do we stay in this game?
I was about to say, speaking of the French, I don't think we're going to be competitive at all. I think it's going to be a massacre.
We're going to be on the losing end of all the wars.
We're going to be tapping out by halftime and asking for somebody to come rescue us.
Like the French, we're going to show up late.
Let me rephrase it. How many quarters of effort are we going to show?
2. I mean, that's kind of our MO. The first half is usually competitive. This team plays hard. They're actually kind of fun to watch. Taj Gibson and Gigi being doubtful tonight. Taj Gibson is doubtful because, as you put it the other night, Wayno, he looked tired after warm-ups. Like, Wayno was like, he's like, buddy, we got a whole game to play. And he's over like sucking wind in warm-ups.
He looked like me after breakfast this morning. Just like,
yeah, for real.
He is one of the few players in the NBA whose jersey number is also his age.
Yeah. Very true.
67.
Yeah, very true. But I think we'll be competitive in the first half. That's what we do. Like, we fought hard for 2 quarters. We get after it for 2 quarters. We play hard because, like it or not, this team is bad. But to me, they're more fun to watch than the team that we had at the beginning of the year because at least we know they're going to play, they're going to fight, they're going to try. And then they just get outmatched, outclassed. And then Ty Jerome, who didn't play the final 6 minutes against the Nuggets the other night, trying to will us to lose, will be taken out after he's got 21-8 at some point in this game.
Okay, I'm in my answer. I'm excited to see Ty Jerome tonight.
Oh, yeah, man. He's so crafty.
You talk about surgical, Wayno. Like the other night, he was definitely surgical with 21 points, 9 boards, 9 assists. just look the part of an NBA point guard.
I mean, we've spoken about it, over the past couple of days, talk about Ty, just like how every move he makes is calculated on the court. And it's not a case of just like loose ball scrambling. Like, he doesn't look confused on the court. He knows exactly, where he wants to be, and everything is calculated. All his attacks are calculated. He has counters to counters, and he really is just fun to watch. I was saying yesterday that, like, if we somehow manage to keep him next season and see any sort of playoff success, I could quite easily see him become quite iconic in Memphis.
Yeah.
He's one of those, like,
what's the odds he's one of the more longer tenured Memphis Grizzlies by the start of next season?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope he's here. I mean, there's a very, very high likelihood he's traded this summer, but could you imagine a new young up and coming point guard or Cam Spencer continue to be mentored and coached up and taught by Ty Jerome? Like, Ty Jerome's skill set is what I think, Wayno, you said this, maybe last night we were talking about it, but Ty Jerome's skill set is exactly what Cam Spencer needs to have a long career in the NBA. Crafty, smart with the basketball. You're not going to out-athlete people. You just got to out-craft them.
Yeah, and I think that's, definitely. I think, like, Cam, if anything, like this season is what it is. I think we've all kind of realized when it comes to Cam that, like, losing is not really his bag. Not really his cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not enjoying it at all. And I feel like, if anything, I'm sure he's picking Ty's brain, because if he can even become like 60% of what Ty is, like, that'll give him some real legs and longevity, because I feel like Cam is actually crafty enough to do a lot of the things that, I don't know if it's confidence level, and like, Cam's really young into his NBA career still, so there's plenty of time for development. But man, if he can piggyback anything off Ty, which is kind of why I hope Ty stays on, I think Cam's game is going to flourish because of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know how much stock like, any talk about whether or not Ty Jerome's going to be here or not is just purely conjecture. Like, we're just trying to make sense of, like, how in the world do we move up in the draft? What kind of it could be a possibility if he just keeps playing like this, and maybe they already think it. I already think it. He could be just untouchable.
Oh,
man, that contract?
So. I hope so.
I mean, he's making $8 million a year.
Plus, it's like, what was the driving force of him signing? We got him for cheap, right? Mm-hmm. And we're getting real value for our dollar with him. His driving force was to come to Memphis for an opportunity to play, much like Jock Landau. And it's like, I think that is a big weight with these players coming to Memphis, especially in this system, because they could trade Ty on. He could be miserable on a bench. You know what I mean? Not to say that it was miserable in Cleveland, but they obviously came to a choice, and it was either like stay with them for cheap and sit and ride on the bench, or come to Memphis, actually play, show your worth in this league.
Yeah. Last 6 games for Ty Jerome: 21-9-9 against the Nuggets, 21-1-3 against the Pistons, 26-2, 8 assists against the Sixers, 23-7-3 steals against the Clippers, 4-14-2 against the Timberwolves, and 22-3-5 against the Warriors. Like, just an incredible run. And for that kind of production, to Drew's point, at $8 million a year, why not let him be a part of this build? And if he has another start like this to the beginning of next year, and you want to move him at the deadline next year, you can sell super high if you need to. But I am firmly in the camp of keeping Ty Jerome on this basketball team, whether it be as a temporary starter next year while we're up, like ramping up a rookie point guard, or it's a guy that is going to come off the bench and be that just assault on the other team's second line to get a big run going.
If you're looking at who needs to be retained for next year, start with the players that you're benching on purpose. Okay. It's Gigi, it's Ty. It's, like, anybody that you're benching because they're too good to play against bad teams, like, we'll just keep them. We'll start there.
Yeah, that's a great place to start. And speaking of great place to start, shout out to the New Orleans Pelicans, not to transition too hard off of the Grizzlies, but we've talked about them enough. They won last night. They have now won 3 in a row, 6-4 in their last 10. The Grizzlies are a game and a half behind them for the 7th best lottery odds as they continue to win. We continue to lose. Or excuse me, The Grizzlies are a half game behind
Yeah.
them. I'm so sorry. A half game. Math is hard today for me,
And I
apparently.
think they've won, what, 7 out of the 7 or
They're
8
6
out of
and 4 in their
10.
last 10, according to Tankathon. 6 and 4 in their last 10, won 3 games in a row, and we're a half game behind them tonight, or at the start of basketball tonight. Hopefully we get another loss tonight, and then they don't play again. They play the Cavaliers on Saturday. Go Pelicans, beat the Cavs. Sadiq Bey had 26-6 for them last night as they got a good win over the Hawks, I believe. Who did they beat?
The snap the win
The
streak?
Clippers. They beat the Clippers 105-99 last night. So shout out to the Pelicans for getting a win. We also saw Wemby get just an incredible tip in for the win yesterday. It must be nice to be 7'4" with a 31-foot wingspan to be able just lay that ball in.
The game winner was a fadeaway into a woman's wine glass. Did you see? It just soaked in wine as he was running down the other end of the court.
Yeah. But wild NBA games last night. The Lakers beat the Heat. Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, the first best Luka in the NBA, had 60.7 boards, 5 steals last night as they beat the Heat. And yeah, Tiger fan, that's where we are as Grizz fans. We are in that spirit. Boston, do your job.
Unless we can win, and then you win.
Absolutely. The 3 of us have been consistent on that.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand the mission, but go be competitive, get a couple wins here and there, build as much good basketball karma as you can, Wayno, as the season goes on, right? Because that feels like it's rewarded.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't believe in basketball karma. I just am going. I'm actually one of the people paying to watch this game tonight, and it's a home game against a good team. Don't go out there and just sit Indians crisscross applesauce on the court.
Yeah. Crisscross applesauce. Exactly.
Which is a mouthful.
It is. I get the other version. I get why we can't say it anymore, but I also get why you said it because it's way easier.
I don't know why it's offensive.
I don't know. Somebody out there is offended by it, but shout out Ken Darius for showing up. We're going to move here. We did play hard. We won 33 games the year we got Ja. I do think that we're going to be rewarded by the basketball gods, Adam Silver, and hopefully get some lottery luck as we head into the NBA lottery. Anything else y'all want to talk about? I know Giannis is out on the outs with Milwaukee again. Any other NBA topics before I hit this commercial and we talk good basketball? College hoops.
I was just going to say, like, it's surprising, like, the deficit in scores recently. Like, there's been some huge score lines, like, teams dropping by 30 plus. And I don't know if that's,
was it Washington was down by 60 points in consecutive games?
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Bobby Marks called them out and said, we're talking about relocation. Brooklyn's been behind by 60 points in consecutive games at halftime.
Yeah.
Shout
out Bobby Marks.
Lose by 74, which is all that matters. We got to keep that 73-point streak going.
Bobby Marks is one of us.
Yeah. I just hope this streak or this kind of representation of the NBA ends at the regular season and we don't see this sort of mess come playoffs because no one wants to get amped up about their teams. Like, we want competitive playoff basketball.
Yeah.
And at least it's a new season when the playoffs start, and this tanking nonsense can just be put to rest.
Yep.
Was it Bobby Marks in the front office at Brooklyn? Or no, that was Sean Marks.
Sean Marks.
Are they related?
Mm-hmm. He's a bloody New Zealander, mate. Like, who cares? He doesn't know what he's doing.
Sean Marks is a New Zealander?
Yeah, he is.
He's a Kiwi?
He played in the NBL as well, in the Australian League for the Breakers.
Well,
Cohen,
I can
where
tell
you at?
Bobby Marks does not look like he's ever played basketball.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, Kendarius, sit tight. On the other side of this commercial break, we're going to talk AJ Dybansta. We're going to talk March Madness. We're going to talk yesterday's scares and upsets, and then get ready for today. Y'all stick with us during this brief commercial break.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides, fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
I have been super encouraged on Gigi Jackson.
Yes.
Despite the tank, and I feel like I've been right on Gigi a lot. I was scared going into year 2 because of the empty stats he put up, empty big stats he put up as a rookie in a team that was tanking. And then we saw in year 2 was a struggle, and year 3 started out really bad. And here we are tanking again. I was scared that it was going to revert the progress he made, but he has just stayed the course with the game plan set aside for him. It is all downhill. It's all physical. He's trying to touch the rim every single time he gets into the paint.
Exactly what you need from Gigi. Like when you were looking to find out like who the cornerstones of your next generation are going to be, you need a guy who can close. You need somebody who's going to come into the fourth quarter and be like, forget all the other stuff that happened. Forget everything in the first 3 quarters. Yes, I wasn't efficient, but now it's my turn. Like, I'm going to put the hammer, the nail into this coffin, and we're going to go home with a win. Tune into the post-game bounce live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel immediately after every Memphis Grizzlies game for instant reactions and breakdowns.
The truth is that Memphis can succeed in this era of college basketball. I think they can succeed in it more than than some people in this media market are framing it. Memphis should still be a very successful program and a very successful team from year to year, considering the current resources it has to work with. And this whole initiative, this whole plan that's set to be carried out by Penny Hardaway and Ed Scott respectively, along with the rest of this program and the rest of this athletic department, it's certainly aiming to mitigate a lot of these negatives for good there.
The presser today wasn't just a Penny's coming back. It was everything's changing, right? Penny is very important, not just for the athletics in the city, but he's also important just to the city generally. The gravity of this decision is a really big one. And they trust him. It shows how much trust they have in him, because someone's got to do it. Someone has to have this title that is tied up to so much money. But I think they think Penny's the guy, and we'll see.
Tune into On Beat with BCM live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for the most in-depth look into Memphis Tiger athletics.
Memphis, it's time to plant your flag. Join us this Saturday for an afternoon of art, college basketball, and celebrating this great city. The Plant Your Flag series is a direct response to recent national media coverage of the Memphis Grizzlies and the city they call home. Curated by Australian artist Wayne Hunt, the series celebrates all things that makes Memphis, Memphis. The people, the places, and of course, basketball. Partnered with Bluff City Media, the artworks include caricatures, odes, icons, and landmarks that set the story straight about the 901. Stepping up with that famous Southern hospitality, Grind City Brewing is proud to host the show with the city as the perfect backdrop. This Saturday, March 21st, come raise a glass with us to Memphis, basketball, and the people that make this city great.
Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Show Friday edition of the show. I've got Rusty. I've got Wayno with me. My name is Drew. We are all going to be, along with Blockhead Stumblefield, Kenny Stubblefield, at the FedEx Forum tonight to watch the Memphis Grizzlies play the Boston Celtics. We've already talked about that, but we're going to minor league NBA, and that is college basketball, where March Madness is going on. We've got 1 day in the books. 1 day, and I'll tell you, I looked last night, 38 people joined our bracket challenge. I am sitting at number 36.
March Madness indeed, buddy, as we had some big upsets yesterday. There's nothing like
there was no upsets hardly yesterday. I picked
there's no tradition
upsets.
like March where the brackets are all upset because we think we know what upsets are going to be. There are no upsets. There's a tale as old as time is sports junkies getting upset in March because High Point beats Wisconsin and they didn't see it coming.
That was so much fun.
That one was iconic.
Because I knew going into that game. The only thing I knew about High Point is they've got a guy that shoots 45% from three and does not take twos. But that has been a headline I've seen. And for him to have a breakaway layup to win it after not attempting a 2-point shot, or not making, rather, a 2-point shot all year long.
0 for 4 coming into the game. 1 of 5 now with the game winner.
He had made 68 threes. And had only attempted 4 twos.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wayno and I called a lot of the games yesterday. I think the biggest one that kind of surprised everybody outside of that upset was Texas taking down BYU. We'll get to Duke and them here in a minute. BYU, I bring this up because Kendarius was asking about AJ Dybansta. That's a good conversation to have. Texas upsets BYU 79-71. In a game where AJ Dybansta took 25 shots and the rest of his team took a combined 31. The ultimate I'm going to put this team on my back and carry them, and couldn't quite get it done yesterday. Dalen Swain for Texas had a pretty solid game on the wing. Kendarius asked the question I'm going to ask y'all. I'll start with Drew because he's your guy.
Yep.
Does anything about yesterday change your mind on Dybansta, or are you still all in on him?
No, the second best player on that team got hurt a month ago, and since that happened, they dropped like a rock. No, Texas is a good, solid team, and AJ Dybansta, he shot I was just looking up his box score here.
35 and 10 last night. 35 and 10 for AJ Dybansta.
Why? It don't even give me the option. There's BYU. All right. Yeah, 35 and 10. No, he was awesome. And the problem with BYU is that Robert Wright the third shot 17 times. The dude just sucks. The ball gravitates to him for no particular reason. On one of the final possessions, it was 4, and Texas missed the front end of a 1-and-1, and Dybansta gets the rebound, and the biggest mistake he made was handing the ball to Robert Wright, who just drove and threw a wild shot up, defensive rebound, game over. And I was like, what are you doing with the ball in your hands?
Yeah. Incredible reference here. Tiger fan, real quick, Wayno. AJ did the real life pass it to Will Fresh Prince episode yesterday where it was just like AJ just needed every single shot. Yeah.
Hand up.
And Wayno, how about that reverse dunk that he had?
Oh, man. Flashes of Sean Kemp for me. I was like, that was nasty baseline drive. He feels like a real one-man army, AJ. And I think the amount of shots he took is for me kind of fine, because I feel like, if this kid goes to a Sacramento, goes to one of these really low teams in the league, he's going to be expected to put up shots. That's going to be his MO, at least for the next few years moving forward in the NBA. So I'm kind of glad would I have liked him to connect it on a few more? Absolutely. And would I have liked to see him extend his time in the NCAA March Madness? Absolutely. But I think maybe spoke on yesterday, for a lot of these guys, we're just looking for guys who really, I suppose, step up to the plate in the big moments and push themselves forward. But like you alluded to, Drew, this team was sort of on the downward spiral with the injuries anyway. But I still feel like he put on a bit of a show, still showed that it's no fluke I'm considered, top 3 in this year's draft.
it is a team sport. Like, I know basketball is the one of the few sports where one person can take over a game. Like, you can't do that in football. You can't do that in baseball. You can't do that in basketball. And he did take over the game, but ultimately the team lost it. He went 35 points and you score 71. Like, somebody's got to step up.
Yeah, you're doing your job.
It does, he went 1 of 7 from 3, but they shot 18% as a team from 3. Probably some of their undoing on 4 for 22. Texas shot 36%. And none of this is on AJ Dybansta. He did absolutely everything to carry this team. Doesn't change my opinion on him at all. I still, like we talked about this morning, Wayno, I still think that AJ has the highest ceiling. I do think there's going to be some ramp-up time to it. I do think there are going to be players in this draft that are going to be more day one ready. But I think, again, I wouldn't be shocked if 3 or 4 years down the road we're watching AJ Dybansta doing Anthony Edwards type things where he's just winning games, willing his team to win, being the best player on a good team. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And yesterday proved that he can go out and he can get buckets when you need him to. He just needs a supporting cast. And in the NBA, there's going to be few nights where he's having to take 25 shots while the rest of the team just flounders around him, unless he ends up in Brooklyn or Washington or Sacramento, somewhere like that.
Yeah, agree.
So Texas getting the big win over BYU yesterday. A couple other upsets of note. Who was it? It was VCU beating North Carolina. No Caleb Wilson. That kind of hurt them down the stretch there as VCU gets the 82-78 win over the Tar Heels, sending them home early. Again, we weren't going to get to see Caleb Wilson. No real shock here without their best player. They're not a great team anymore. Anybody surprised by VCU upsetting them?
Did we lose Drew?
I think Drew's frozen. I couldn't tell if he was looking at me like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
but there he is. Welcome back.
I don't know. That's twice in the last couple of weeks where it's just like it just blinks or something. I don't know.
It's just you look frozen in thought trying to think about the upsets from yesterday.
I was thinking. I was like, when are we going to talk about the Cam Boozer game?
We're getting there. We're getting through the upsets and then the almost. We're getting there. Talking about VCU upsetting North Carolina. No Caleb Wilson. No surprise there. I mean, VCU is a good basketball team, 28-7 on the year, and then upset North Carolina in overtime by 4, 82-78. Other upsets we'll go through real quick.
Game.
It's a great basketball
North Carolina, trivia question here for you. Second season in a row they've lost as the in the 6-11 game. Last year they were the 11 seed. This year they were the 6 seed. Who could tell me who beat them in the first round of last year's NCAA tournament?
Ooh.
I got nothing.
Ole Miss.
I don't know.
Oh, that's why I don't remember. I'm blocking it out of my mind.
Ole Miss did.
I'm blocking it out of my mind.
All we do is knock off Blue Bloods. What are you talking about?
Anyway, in other news, TCU upset Ohio State in the 9-8 game. And yeah, I did not. I picked freaking Ohio State, and I never pick them out of principle, and I did yesterday, and it bit me in the butt. But I did pick St. Louis upsetting Georgia as the fighting Robbie Avilas put up 102 on Georgia, beat them 102. Are you talking about
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's so good, man, with the big spectacled assassin there.
He's going to go down in lore for the tournament because he did it at Indiana State, right? Yeah. He was a Sycamore. Mm-hmm. Was it last year or 2 years ago? And here he is again, just showing back up.
I mean, 102.77 is a butt whipping. I mein, that 25 points is a butt whipping.
I'd buy his NBA rookie card for sure.
100%
for the shelf.
100%. Yeah, you talk about like an Avila jersey in Memphis would go hard.
I want his glasses. Think about the glasses giveaway they'll do his rookie season. Like they're going to give away rec specs, like they did the Dylan glasses night, and they did joggles 100%. One time.
Yep, 100%. And then in the game that Drew wants us to get to, Duke struggled with Siena mightily. Cam Boozer looked very pedestrian. He did not have a great game. He finished the game better than he started, but he did look a bit indecisive. I'm not worried about it, but it was an off game for Cam Boozer as Duke pulls out a victory 71-65. Made my butt pucker because I have them picked as the national champ. I was real nervous about that game yesterday.
When I think of Rusty, I think butt pucker. So that was really on the line. I apologize.
That was
So-
immunity.
Yeah, immunity. I think maybe you mentioned on the Daily Show. I think it was just Duke maybe more playing with their food than anything.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, I was really impressed with Boozer, Caden Boozer.
Caden. Yeah.
I never felt more right about Cam Boozer than I thought about Cam Boozer yesterday. He was not athletic on a team in which he played against a 16 seed. Like it did not pop at all. He is so slow. He's just slow.
So
And I don't care about
one game
like,
is going to make that.
No,
Mhm.
I've been saying it all year.
So you're saying
And
one
against
game is
better
gonna vindicate it.
competition than Siena.
Okay.
Okay. Like he was not the best center on the court. He was not the most productive center on the court last night against Siena.
do we
And-
need him to be uber athletic though? Like, I mean,
You
think of
do
it-
if he's 6'8". You do
Okay,
if
but,
he's
like,
6'8".
Let me just counter this a little.
Please.
Jock Landale.
Yes, 7 foot.
Okay, but like he's not jumping over a tin jar lid, right? Like it doesn't negate productiveness
But
in
it's
the NBA.
what it's the position he's playing in the NBA and who he will be guarding in the NBA and who will be guarding him in the NBA. You can hide Jokic on defense by guarding a center or he's 6'8". He's going to play
I don't know, man.
3.
I think you can counter a lot of that with immunity, girth, and
Yeah.
footwork.
And he's a great rebounder.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking, but his best asset is that he does everything really well and nothing great. Like he's not athletically great. And this is a
No,
wing that he is
no.
a 6'8" wing. And he's
I-
just not good. I don't think he's going to beat anybody off the dribble. I don't think he is going to he's going to be James Harden. Like he's going to shoot so many free throws because he's crafty under the basket and he's never going to touch the rim unless it's a fast break.
Like you,
I
so
don't
you watch
like
him
it.
play. Oh no, I watch him play, and I see
Yeah.
like little bits of shades of like Kevin Love. Do you know what I mean? That's what I kind of take from his game. I agree with you, like athletically and like in an ideal world, like and like look, don't get me wrong. We take AJ, I'm gonna be more than happy. We get that high, like you won't hear me complaining at all. I just I don't know. I just kind of feel like you put a little too much stock in the being able to jump on the gym era of this.
I don't.
he'd be
Because
very
I don't
productive.
feel like that at all.
Because there are guys like you look at Devin Booker. Devin Booker is not the most athletic guard in the NBA, but he can shoot lights out.
is
He's really good at
athletic.
his skill. He's not the most athletic guard in the NBA. You look at like there have been guys that have made incredible livings. Hang on. There have been guys that have made incredible
Booker would
livings
lap
in the
him.
Is it
Never mind.
is it more for you though where he's projected to be?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That
I
is
can get down with
my whole like I didn't like it and I don't like it that it's like he is not unquestionably the best player in this draft. Like
I
he's
Sure.
just
So if
not.
he's
disagree. I couldn't
he's-
disagree more on that.
If he's more like, I suppose, tail end of the 10, you'd be more than happy. Like that'd be
I would in this draft,
yeah.
I would take him no lower than 3. But
Okay.
I don't like what he is in the NBA.
Okay.
There's no one you can
So-
look at and say like because you said Kevin Love. Yes, Kevin Love was an amazing rebounder, a screen setter, a passer, and a 3-point shooter.
Yep. And he has all
Boozer's
those
3-point shot doesn't look good. It goes
Well-
in some, but it's not
But
a
you-
good looking
So
shot.
this has
Even
been
from
my
the free
problem.
throw line, it doesn't.
This
look
is my problem. If I can say this like uninterruptedly for just a couple minutes, this has been my problem the entire time with Drew's argument. Is it's all about how it looks. Like it has to look super athletic. It has to look hanging off the rim. It has to look mechanically sound. Like there are dudes with ugly shots that make it work in the NBA. He's shooting 38.5% from 3. All he's done at every single level that he's been at is compete in the best conferences, compete against the best talents, and beat them and consistently be a better player than all of them. I don't personally need a guy that just like looks super athletic. I've had a guy that looks super athletic, and I'm comparing apples and oranges here, but John Morant was hurt more often than he wasn't being uber athletic. Forgive me if I want the guy that is fundamentally sound, that gets buckets, that produces at a high level at every level, and a guy that can be an immediate plug-and-play guy on a team where you can pair him with guys that complement his skill set. I just like, I hear what you're saying. I agree. Maybe he's not the most athletic dude in this, but forgive me if I'm like the flashiness. I'm kind of got some PTSD, and I want a guy who's going to go just get me buckets and rebounds.
It's not about flash though. Like, you do have to have a baseline of athleticism, and
he's
you can't measure that without,
like, saying that he doesn't have a baseline of athleticism is a wild take.
If he's playing center.
Take.
If he's playing, he's not playing center in the NBA. He's 6'8".
He's going to be a combo 4. He's 6'9". He is definitely 6'9".
At 6'9", he's
going to be a power forward, combo 3-4, bully ball kind of guy.
I think
I don't like it for the price. I will not ever like it for the price.
I think they're all fair takes. Do you know what I mean? It's just like your preference is AJ, your preference is Cam. And
we should put Wayno in the middle.
All fair takes.
As the moderator here.
I suppose, what I would say is, though, I suppose, I myself am a bit more swayed to Cam. But like I said, I see everything you see, Drew, in AJ. Like, for sure. Do you know what I mean? And when you're going to get flashes, and he's going to if he doesn't go number one, he will make those teams look silly that didn't take him. For sure. For sure. There's no doubt in my mind. For me, I'm a bit more swayed to Rusty's side of things, where like I want a bit more of a sure thing, and I feel like Cam is a sure thing. I suppose my counter, or something I'd say to take a peek at, is that something that we haven't really discussed on any of the shows is that, Cam's going to get better. And out of those top 3 guys, he's also the youngest. He's also 18. So I do feel like his game, whether you feel like it is a lock or a sure thing when he comes in, like, he is going to get better as well. He's only 18 years old, and look at the numbers he's putting up. I mean, like you look at yesterday's game and a bit of a slow start, but he was also there when it counted, and he also turned up. Like, I feel like he's got a real, like,
he showed up.
I don't want to say like a takeover gene or anything like that, because I don't think that's his game. But I think one thing, if we did get Cam, everyone would fall in love with, is that whole Zebo, not saying he's Zebo, but that blue collar worker, like, guy is going to get you production. But to your point, like AJ, like, I think, Rusty, you've said it too, like, off the charts with athletic ability, may take a little bit of time. Does that timeline fit our timeline right now? Who knows?
What is our timeline?
Well,
our timeline will be determined by this draft. The timeline is AJ Dybansta or Cam Boozer's timeline.
I think that's a great point, because if we sprint to the podium and draft Cam Boozer, then Zach Kleiman feels like we have a shorter timeline, and it's getting a guy that's going to help us more immediately. If it's going to be a long play, then it's AJ Dybansta, because I think, like, you can watch AJ, and I kind of, Wayne and I talked about this, Drew, and I want your opinion on this. Not saying he's Gigi Jackson, because he's going to be infinitely better than Gigi, but he's putting up a ton of shots on a bad team. Is there going to be some growing pains in transition, much like we saw Gigi from South Carolina to Memphis, where he put up a ton of shots and then had to learn how to play on the team the next couple of years? Do you have any concern about that, watching what he's doing at BYU?
No, and because if you remember Gigi would have been a top 5 pick if he had his head screwed on straight while he was at South Carolina.
True.
Like, he had the young kid problems in college, and you draft. That's why you got him at 45. Like, no, Dybansta does not strike me in that way at all. I think we're probably overplaying, and it's because we're comparing him to Boozer. I think we're overplaying he could be a project. Like, I think he's going to come in and be immediately good. Like, and maybe not immediately good as Cam Boozer, but that's because what you're asking a rookie to do. You're asking a rookie to play a role. It's very obvious that Cam Boozer is going to, in my opinion, be a role player. And so he's going to be really good at extra possessions, free throws, cleanup, corner threes, all that kind of stuff. Whereas Dybansta's never had to play a role before. And so that may take some time, but no, I think Dybansta's going to come in and be good and only get better. I think Boozer's going to come in and maybe be a touch better, and we'll see how far he escalates up the all-star ballots.
Yeah, I think a lot of like we discussed, he's going to be a high volume shooter, And I think you might see, like, you're going to see a lot of flashes in the NBA. I think it's just his game's going to translate really well, but it might be like a little bit maybe of an Ace Bailey kind of situation.
I've been thinking his name the whole time, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want y'all to use it as a con, because Ace Bailey hasn't had the greatest.
Ace Bailey's going to be great, man.
Freak athlete.
Yep.
Not a great college team. Kind of screwed himself in the draft process, but you look at what he looks like and what he can do. The difficult shot making, being able to create his own shots. It's a lot of
athletic ability.
And that's been what I've been trying to get across about AJ is I do worry sometimes these guys that are uber athletic lean into their uber athleticism too much. Again, apples and oranges. Looking at John Morant, and he never developed his game. I think AJ is going to be better than that. I think he's going to come to the NBA with a great work ethic, and he's going to develop shots and stuff. But there is precedent where guys lean too much into their athleticism and they don't develop the rest of their game. I'm not saying that's what AJ is going to do, but there's a precedent there with multiple players. I just think that if you like comparing the two, and maybe you, like you said, Drew, this is not quite fair because Boozer knows who he is as a basketball player. He's leaning into that, and he's going to be great at it in the NBA. I think AJ still has some figuring out to do, and I think Boozer's floor is a bit higher, but AJ's ceiling is infinitely higher.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, right?
Always going to go with the freak.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
mean, that's totally fair. I like to see both sides, and it's like that's the thing. Like, there's nothing is a sure thing in the draft. You know, what I mean? No matter where you're picking, like that's the crapshoot of the NBA draft, and having a bad team.
You couldn't tell us nothing about John Morant in 2021, 2022. Like it was the best bet in the NBA.
Thing. In my opinion, that was a sure thing.
Yeah,
as sure as of a thing as Zion was.
We were looking. We were looking at it this morning. Wayno and I at breakfast. Sorry to interrupt you, Wayno, but like when he made that "I'm fine in the West" comment in December 21st of 2022, he's played in 39% of our games since then. Yeah. And like at that moment, like he was a sure thing, an absolute sure thing.
Man, I loved that first game. That first game, you knew. Like everyone knew. Mm-hmm. Everyone in the building going, "Oh my God, we've struck gold.
We've struck gold."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was at that game.
Yeah.
That was the Tony Allen return game against New Orleans. It was John Morant's. Is that right? Did Tony Allen play with Jaren?
No.
No.
Okay. So, no, it was Jaren's rookie game was against New Orleans and Tony Allen. The next year, I was at opening night. I don't remember who it was against. It was John Morant's first game. It was, immediately evident.
And I'm like you. I think all of us were all in on him saying that here in Memphis, and it felt like he was an absolute sure thing. And he's played in 39% of our games since then. We did the math this morning at breakfast. It's ridiculous. But other games of note yesterday, I don't want to just hammer on those two guys. A couple other guys that we're watching. Wayno and I have been talking about this guy a lot. Michigan just absolutely dismantled Howard. And Morez Johnson, Mo Johnson, we talked about the other day.
Like him,
8 of 8 from the field. 1 of 1 from 3, 100% from the floor, 21 points, 10 boards.
How tall is he?
Dominant. I think he's 6'10".
Jalen Duren.
He's 6'9", 250. He's my God.
Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
I found watching Michigan games. I've been so up and down on Yaxel, and I'm just not sold. End of the day, like
I'm not either.
I find myself convinced in some parts. Like I spoke yesterday about like him being able to pull down seven boards a game with the addition of like the height he has behind him, which I still think is impressive. But man, I just don't see the motor in him. Sometimes I find him standing around a lot. I'm like, what are you doing? But man, that monster they have next to him, give me him anytime.
I'm going to show y'all something. We're talking about Morez Johnson. I'm on Tankathon looking at stats and that kind of stuff. This is his Tankathon stat. Look at this stat weakness. There ain't nothing there.
Dang.
This is him on Tankathon. Offensive rating, efficient field goals, defensive free throws, like just continue. Like everything about this guy is a positive. Like I'm like you, Wayno. I watched a lot of Michigan this year trying to talk myself into Yaxel London board because he looks the part. But every time I watched the Michigan game, I found myself liking Morez Johnson more and more. He's a bully, an absolute bully.
Give me Mo Johnson.
Immunity.
Please, Lord, give me Mo Johnson.
And it's like, if we miss out on those big players that we're talking about, this is a guy I'd have on my radar for sure.
Yeah.
So they have him projected as he's 28th on the big board. They have him projected going 24th overall. might be a guy that you could reach for. Say that Magic picks end up 17-19, and we've got, let's say like what happens, what we all think could probably happen. We land 7 or 8. You get Darius Acuff, Mikal Brown Jr., Keaton Wagler, one of the point guards. Then you get Morez Johnson around 17-19. You got a bully, you got a bruiser to go. Then you got 2 enforcers in the paint with Edie and Morez Johnson, and then you go get
rebounds.
Then you go get an athletic project like a Dalen Swain or a Jefferson from Iowa State, and then you covered it. You got your guard, you got your bruiser, Edie support, and you got an athletic wing. Draft over.
Johnson, we had Josh Johnson, or Josh Jefferson.
Jefferson from Iowa State.
Yeah. He is a senior. You talk about age. I don't care about age when you're looking at 18 versus 19. But he is like 22, 23.
He's 22 and a half is what he is right now. Or at the draft, he'll be 22 and a half this summer.
And not uber athletic, right? I've seen a couple of them. He seems like kind of a below the rim kind of another small ball center kind of guy.
He's athletic for his size. He's 6'9", 240, athletic for his size. Sees the floor really well. His best attributes are assist usage,
old boozer,
steals, and he shoots the 3 ball really well. Yeah. He's 35% from 3, 47% from the field, averaging 7.5 boards, 5 assists per game at 6'9". That's pretty good.
I've got Iowa State in my Final Four.
They play such good defense. Like they're a suffocating defensive team. Yeah. So again, today, plenty of hopefully future Grizz on display. Anybody else is sticking out to y'all today, or any other games that y'all want to watch today? I know we got Kentucky's playing right now.
What game today sticks out to you two? Like, what would be your, if you could only catch one game today, what game would you catch?
That's what I'm looking at right now. I do want to see Florida, how they do against Prairie View. Like we talked about this morning, I want to see them not play with their food.
Who does Texas Tech play? That was
Akron.
one that...
They're up 4 right now, and they're playing right now with 1.5 minutes to go. It's 21-17 Texas Tech with 1:45 to go in the first half. That's low scoring.
Yeah, Texas Tech, though.
Oh, no. FanDuel's off. It's 10 minutes to go in the first half. I'm like, how is it 21-17? That's like a high school game. I want to see Texas Tech because they've been decimated by injuries. See what Christian Anderson can do. They're currently, they're up by 7 now over Akron.
I've got one we can all root for together.
What's that?
We like rooting for the little guy. Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Playing Tennessee.
Yes. Give me the Red Hawks.
Red Hawks.
I took the Red Hawks too in my bracket. So give me the Red Hawks to upset Tennessee today. Would love nothing more than that. And also the Northern Iowa St. John's game. Northern Iowa has played spoiler in the past, and they're facing St. John tonight in a 12-5 matchup, which is one of those matchups that can get kind of squirrely. That might be a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
I'm
going to be done with picking upsets, I think. NIL has killed the upset between, or at least the mid-major upset of a high-major team. And so, like, I picked several yesterday. Like, I picked Troy over Nebraska. I like to pick those. Those mid-majors just don't have it anymore, especially if it's a team that's paying for lots. I have a high payroll. Like, as bad as I'd say it, like, Kentucky's probably just playing with their food right now. And it just, the amount of talent and size and athleticism that they have will probably win.
Kentucky's also kind of banged up. They don't have Jaden Quaintance today. They've lost a couple of guys. They're kind of vulnerable. But the point remains, like, I don't know that we'll see a 16-1 or those type upsets anymore.
I really thought we were getting one yesterday. And Siena just, God help them, they had nothing left.
Well, yeah, they Tom Thibodeau'd the game. All their starters played the entire game. Yeah. But I guess we'll see. Because there are some teams that you can bankroll one player, and if anybody can, like in any sport, like you said, Drew, one player can carry a team is basketball. So I would ask what we're doing this weekend, but we are all going to the game tonight and then tomorrow at Grind City Brewing. Wayno, we talked about it a lot. We've hyped it up. What is the artist's point of view and perspective on the show tomorrow? What can we as patrons expect?
Ooh, you know what? I just wanted to go all out for you guys. It's been a rough season for us all. So tomorrow's is really a celebration of like Memphis and you know what? Screw all these terrible narratives about the city and the team and all that garbage. Let's celebrate all the fun we have here on BCM and all the great hosts and shows we have. I definitely featured all you guys. And, you know, there's a few surprises. I don't want to give it all away. But, you know, my main thing is come down, have some fun. Let's have some sweet beverages and talk. If you like something, please pick something up because I could only carry so much. So everything is just like while I have it. And please pick something up. I don't want to carry that stuff back home. Just see my bag. It was huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it's in all seriousness, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to meet everyone. Yeah.
And we will be in the celebration of Memphis theme. I'm breaking some news here, even to Wayno. He will be doing a live watercolor painting of the disembowelment of Draymond Green.
That I can get behind.
I was about to say, I think you gave him an idea for his next painting that we're going to see on Instagram. We may be running down to the art store here in a minute, getting some supplies to paint that bad boy today.
I like it.
But come out, Grind City, the best view in the city. It's going to be 80 degrees. Guys, we've earned this nice weather. Come have a good time. Enjoy it. I know the Grind City gang's excited about it. We're super excited about it. A lot of folks from the comments are coming through. I believe Edward's coming through. King Meeks, our guy, is going to be there tomorrow. Can't wait to hang out with him. Got all the folks coming out. So y'all make sure y'all show up and turn out. It's going to be a great day celebrating Memphis and the beautiful weather that we've got coming up. But, guys, we got to win a game tonight. Grizzlies, reminder, play the Boston Celtics tonight at 7 o'clock. Watch for us on TV. I'm going to dangle Uncle Buck over the balcony and see if I can't get us on TV. They'll show us on FanDuel. We're going to try and hang out, be there. It's going to be a good time. And go Grizz. Hopefully, we'll be 2-0 in the FedEx Forum. Will be nice.
You're not going to be allowed to leave.
Someone's
going to revoke your passport.
It's going to have to let her know this.
You are now American.
Yeah, that's it. Like we'll get Robert Parra to pull some strings. He will absolutely
in a time in where it is impossible to come to the United States and stay. You get to be the exception.
Yes,
exactly. But that's going to do it for your $2 sports show Friday edition. I got Wayno here hanging out. Got Drew. We're going to get ready for Drew to head this way. We're going to be hanging out with Kenny tonight. Going to catch some sliders at Slider Inn. Drew, have you ever been to Slider Inn?
I've never been to Slider Inn.
Oh, buddy. It's like you're in for a treat tonight. It's incredible. They do the little sliders.
I may have went with Haley. You remember when I texted you the picture of that flight me and Haley were at when we went to Hamilton? Was that Slider Inn?
Was that Slider?
I feel like that may have been Slider Inn.
Maybe it was. Regardless, you're going today, and we're going to Slider Inn. Going to have some burgers. Going to have some fries. Going to go watch the game afterwards. It's going to be a great time. So y'all support the Grizzlies tonight. For Wayno, I'm Rusty Buckets. Got Drew Gann going to walk us out. We'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Central. In the meantime, y'all go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend. And Drew, tell them why there are no refunds.
That's right, because with the $2, you always get what you pay for. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Grind City Brewing Company. Be there or I hate you.
Be there.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.